Hey friends, today I'm here with the new topic that is Bangladesh crisis, and I will comprehensively cover India Bangladesh relations. It is truly said that you can change your friends but you cannot change your neighbor. India shares its longest boundary with Bangladesh, that is 4096 kilometers with Bangladesh. Both countries lie in the South Asian region of the world. Due to the recent student protest, Sheikh Hasina, the former Prime Minister, resigned and came back to India and currently in India. Sheikh Hasina represented the political parties, that is Awami League. She has continuously won the fourth term of the election in 2024 and now she resigned. So, starting the evolution of the political party of Awami League. Awami League formed by the students activist group of the East Pakistan, that is right now Bangladesh, and led by the student leader Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. In 1952, Pakistan declared Urdu as a state language. As a protest, Awami League was formed. Earlier it was named as Awami Muslim League, but due to secular outlook of the students and lack of orthodoxy by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the Awami Muslim League wanted a separate language for East Pakistani and respect of culture and language of all the people of East Pakistan and West Pakistan. In 1969, elections happened in both East Pakistan and West Pakistan. Awami League party got a huge number of seats in East Pakistan, but Zulfikar Ali Bhutto at that time in West Pakistan didn't want to make the government, and there became the huge protest by the East Bangladeshis, and the protest was suppressed by the West Pakistani people. That led to the migrational problem, and India also came into that wave, and India suffered from the people coming from the neighbors, that is migrant people, and flooding India. That's why India participated in 1971 war, Bangladesh Liberation War, and helped Bangladesh to liberate and form East Pakistan as a separate country, that was Bangladesh. After the formation of Bangladesh in 1972, the jailed Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was released, and in 1973 he won the elections, and Sheikh Mujibur Rahman represented Awami League and became the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. From 1973 to 1975, it became a good relation with India and Bangladesh due to the secular outlook of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Earlier Bangladesh was a secular country, but right now it is a Muslim country and constitution mentions it as a Muslim country. So in 1975, during the period of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, there were various agreements happened, land border agreements which was done in 2015, whose platform was based by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman also helped in making a river tribunal and making, as we know, India and Bangladesh has 56 rivers, so it's very obvious to make those tribunals and various mechanism relate to river water redressal mechanism, dispute redressal mechanism. So it was done during Sheikh Mujibur Rahman period. But a shocking and horrific incident that took place in 1975, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated along with his 15 family members. Assassination means political murder, and after the assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, military rule came in Bangladesh, and luckily at that time her daughter Sheikh Hasina is the daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. She was studying abroad in Europe. That's why she was lucky and escaped that horrific incident. And after 1975, the military coup came in Bangladesh from 1975 till 1981. That is Ziaur Rahman, General Ziaur Rahman, the husband of Khalida Zia, represented Bangladesh Nationalist Party, ruled that country. And after assassination of Sheikh Ziaur Rahman in 1981, General Hussain Muhammad Ershad came to the power in Bangladesh. That was the very horrific period for the Bangladeshis people. At that time, there were various problems that were lying in Bangladesh. There were no employment, there was food scarcity in that period, and everything. There were no rule of law in that country, and democracy was also not there, as military rule was continuing in that country. So at the time, Muhammad Yunus came in 1970s. Muhammad Yunus, right now Muhammad Yunus is elected as interim government chief. At 1970s, as we trace the contribution of Muhammad Yunus completed his studies in USA in field of economics. He was also the professor of economics back then in USA. He came to Bangladesh for rescue of the people, seeing the huge hunger crisis, huge cyclone that hit at that time. So people were unable to get food, any kind of employment. So he gave the concept of microfinance and started the credit facilities by institutional mechanism, and gave the concept of microfinance, that is Grameen Bank. So concept of Grameen Bank was given by him, that lent the loans to various poor people so they can have some business, they can establish some business and help themselves to get the basic food and all those facilities. So he was known as father of microfinance in that country, and for that he was given the Nobel Peace Prize. And right now he is the interim government chief of Bangladesh. So in 1991, the combined effort of Sheikh Hasina and Khalida Zia overthrown the military rule of Muhammad Ershad, and BNP won that elections, and Khalida Zia came into power in 1991 to 1996. Again she won in 2001 to 2006. During that period, Khalida Zia had a coalition with the Islamic Jamaat-e-Islam Bangladesh. Jamaat-e-Islam Bangladesh and BNP came in power in 2001 to 2006, led by Khalida Zia. And at that time, so in coalition of Bangladesh Nationalist Party and Jamaat-e-Islam Bangladesh, we also have to trace the origin of Bangladesh. Jamaat-e-Islam Bangladesh, those were the people that did not support the liberation of Bangladesh. So they were anti towards the formation of Bangladesh, and they were supporting West Pakistan and unity with the West Pakistan. So when both these parties came in power, Bangladesh Nationalist Party and Jamaat-e-Islam Bangladesh, led by Khalida Zia in 2001, that led to separatist tendencies against India. And India-Bangladesh relation worsened during these periods from 2001 to 2006. China and Pakistan promoted their terrorist activities through the safe havens of Bangladesh, and Bangladesh give the harbors to promote their terror activity and religious radicalism, and also promoted drug trafficking and illegal migration into influx of migrants into India. That created a huge problem for the Indian government, and for that there became the continuous continuous confrontations on the border between the border security forces and Bangladeshi Rangers, and the situation deteriorated between both these countries during this period of Bangladesh Nationalist Party led by Khalida Zia. She is known as pro-China and pro-Pakistan leader, but the things changed after 2006. Khalida Zia lost the elections in 2008, and in 2009 Awami League again came to the power. The daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman again came to power in 2009. That was in 2009 Sheikh Hasina sworn in as the prime minister, and from that time India Bangladesh relations started to again getting strengthened. Seeing the continuous tensions between India Bangladesh relations, Sheikh Hasina also had a background of studies in India and Europe, so she was influenced by the Indian culture. So she had a great respect for the Indian people and the country, so Indian government also reciprocated to her. In 2009, Sheikh Hasina focused to shut all the terror camps which were set in Bangladesh against India. She also helped in establishing the new relations with India, and she also addressed the problem of illegal immigrations that were giving an influx towards the Indian territories and creating ruckus on the Indian borders and northeastern states in India. And also there were various issues addressed by her, like easing all the tensions. One of the tensions that were existing was religious radicalization. She had a secular outlook that helped to grow relations with the people to people contact with the Bangladesh people. And in the same way, Indian government also helped the government in Bangladesh. Indian government had low taxes and low tariffs, low tax rate on credit facilities to Bangladesh. Bangladesh was credited huge amounts. Various companies and investments went to Bangladesh to establish and strengthen Bangladesh infrastructure projects. Became huge investment in connectivity projects, right? Like roads, rails, and via waterways. All those connectivity projects, defense and security projects were strengthened, and border securities were strengthened. The most remarkable and historic advancement happened in 2014 when land boundary agreement happened between India and Bangladesh, that some territories of Bangladesh were lying into Indian territory, and some Indian territories were lying in Bangladeshi territories, and Bangladeshi territory were lying in Indian territories that were exchanged between both the countries. That was the remarkable achievement of Modi government during the 2015, and slowly the partnership of cooperation strengthened between both these countries. Bangladesh became very reliable partner of India. Bangladesh supported CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act, that were implemented in India despite being protested by Bangladeshi people, but Bangladesh government supported this move of CAA. Bangladesh government also supported the boycott of the SAARC summit, that was South Asian Association of Regional Corporation, on the grounds of terrorism promoted by Pakistan. India said that Pakistan is promoting terrorism, so India is going to boycott, and Bangladesh also helped India to boycott the SAARC summit. Bangladesh is very important for the connectivity perspective in the Southeast Asian regions. India can connect to Southeast Asia through Myanmar and other Southeast Asian countries like Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand through Bangladesh very easily. So Bangladesh is also has a role in Indo-Pacific, and that's why it's become very prominent for India to have a good relation with its neighbor. But strengthening relations with India and continuously winning the elections, there became a change in the nature of government of Bangladesh. There arise a big problem in the governance of the Bangladesh, and Bangladesh government is starting becoming authoritarians. In which way it becoming authoritarian? It has jailed its all opposition parties, opposition leaders like Khalida Zia. They had also drafted case against Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel Peace Prize winner. Also, there became a harsh control on the media, and it is also alleged that the court and the judges which were sitting and giving decisions in Bangladesh, that was also influenced by the Bangladeshi government. So there became continuous irregularities, but India never questioned anything. India said that it is the matter of their internal sovereignty, so we will not interfere, and never question these problems. And these problems become very serious when students' protests erupted in Bangladesh. So students' protests, which can be termed as immediate cause of the students' protest, which has killed more than 400 people. The reason was that about the reservation policies in Bangladesh. The reservation policies for the grandchildren of the Bangladesh Liberation War, the people which participated in Bangladeshi Liberation War 1971, 30% reservation should be given to the grandchildren of the Bangladeshi liberation freedom fighters. So this was hugely this reservation was earlier scrapped by the government, but High Court gave that the decision to scrapping that reservation was illegal. So it is very important to give the 30% reservation to those grandchildren of those freedom fighters of Bangladeshi Liberation War. It was the decision given by the High Court, and after this decision there became a huge protest in Bangladesh. And seeing this protest, Bangladesh Supreme Court reduced this reservation to 5% reservation to all those grandchildren of the freedom fighters of Bangladeshi Liberation War, and 1% reservation to ethnic minorities, and 1% reservation to gender, the people who were discriminated on the gender basis, and disabled people. So total Supreme Court finally decided to give 7% reservation in any job quota, government job and civil services examination of Bangladesh. But due this protest by the students were seen as opportunity by opposition like Khalida Zia and Bangladesh Nationalist Party of all the authoritarian things which were done by Sheikh Hasina. So this was seen an opportunity, and the protest became violent. And in between, Bangladeshi Prime Minister said that the students who were protesting, she termed protesters as Rajakars. Rajakars are considered as very derogatory term in Bangladesh. Rajakars means anti-liberation people, means those who were supporting the Pakistan, not the formation of the Bangladesh. So Rajakars are the people who are anti-Bangladeshi. So this become a serious challenge for Sheikh Hasina. After this remark, student protest became so violent, and finally military leaders came and said her to resign, and she resigned and came to India. There is also a big role played by the United States. United States continuously saying that the democracy is backsliding in Bangladesh, and US is against Sheikh Hasina, and Sheikh Hasina also openly opposed United States. But here we can see the two faces of the USA. First face is in support of Pakistan. There also the elections were not free and fair, as oppositions were not fighting in Pakistan, like Imran Khan was jailed and other parties participated. So US never gave any statement against Pakistan, but US continuously gave the statements against Bangladesh. This is the hypocrisy of US shown, and it was turned by Sheikh Hasina that this is the hypocritical face that US is showing in our internal affairs. So right now it is also alleged that US has a big role in ousting of the Sheikh Hasina, and US helped in removing Sheikh Hasina from the power and installment of the interim government led by Muhammad Yunus. So what can happen in future? From the Indian perspective, there are various investments of the Indian companies, Indian government, and various security ties, cooperation happened in India. If other government come, there should be cooperation among the Indian and the upcoming government to have a smooth relationship between both the countries. On the contrary, Sheikh Hasina was pro-India, and if other parties comes into power like BNP, the Khalida Zia is pro-China. Till now, Bangladesh didn't join the BRI project of China, but if other party comes to power in Bangladesh, it can create problems for US as well as India, as they can go more closer to Pakistan and India. So it's very important to have a good relation with our neighbor. But there is also failure of Indian foreign policy, as we see that there is only relation with only one party of a country, but completely neglecting the other parties and relations, that can prove very deadly in various instances, like we saw in Bangladesh, that one Maldives, that one India is supporting one party in Maldives and other party has anti-India sentiments. So India should balance its perspective to all those, both the parties of the countries, and in coming future there should be a good people to people connect between Indian government and the Bangladeshi people. Right now the presence of Sheikh Hasina in India is also turning to among the Bangladeshis, that anti-India sentiments is on rise, that how India can give asylum to Sheikh Hasina. So these are the delicate issue which needs to be handled very carefully, and we have a faith in our external affairs minister Subramaniam Jaishankar and Modi governance, that India will come up with a huge success in this crisis and have a peaceful relation established between India and Bangladesh, and there will be all good in the South Asia. That's it. Thank you.